the moon on their wings. These are a few of my favorite things.
Hello and good evening.
Yes.
Welcome to the Truth
Behind the Truth.
Thank you guys for tuning in with us, and we want to welcome you to our Saturday night show.
Yes.
All right. Going to be an awesome show tonight. Thank you guys. Hope you guys had a wonderful week and anticipation for the Truth Behind the Truth coming live to you each and every Saturday evening. 6 p.m. on the West Coast, 8 p.m. Central, and 9 p.m. on the East Coast. Guys, we are so excited. I'm getting my mind's going everywhere thinking about tomorrow, but I'll talk about that in just a second. Tomorrow's show, oh my gosh. But before we get there, before we get there, I want to welcome again our Facebook family that has been so faithful with us and tuning in, our UK family that tunes in with us. I want to welcome again our YouTube family. Once again, Swell, thank you for joining us, and our soon-to-be Instagram family as well. Excited to have you guys be a part of this wonderful, wonderful thing that Truth Behind the Truth is doing, helping humanity find its authenticity.
Yes.
Yeah, it's been a great time doing that. I mean, I'm just like, oh, I'm so overexcited right now. I don't even know what to talk. Okay,
I'm getting goosebumps in a way. This is I'm not going too far, but you gave me goosebumps yesterday, and I was like, oh goodness gracious.
Exactly.
I'm still carrying those goosebumps. Like
exactly.
Yeah.
I'm smiling from ear to ear because. I feel so honored. If you guys have not seen the promo, you will probably see a little bit later on during the show tonight. But, hang on. I don't say nothing yet. We got to talk about t-shirts first.
Oh.
Get those t-shirts. Guys, the truth behind the truth, okay? It is certainly available for you. Get those t-shirts. Get those t-shirts. Now, especially after the tomorrow night show, you're going to want to get a t-shirt. Okay, you should have gotten one in the first place, but anyway, you're gonna really want to get a t-shirt to tomorrow night's show.
Yeah.
But what else was I gonna talk about? That was it. Okay, about the t-shirt and again, welcome everybody on board. Tomorrow. Oh my gosh. Tomorrow night, so we're doing a 2-part this weekend, guys. Tomorrow night is our big Zoom. Okay, it's the culmination of the Actor Symposium. Mm-hmm. So most of all of the actors that had given their presentations and their interviews to the show will be back tomorrow night for a great Zoom. Mm-hmm. But in the midst of that great Zoom, oh my gosh, we have got the legendary Mr. Danny Glover.
Woo!
Yes, tomorrow night on
Danny.
The Truth Behind the Truth.
Oh, wow.
Guys, we are ecstatic, okay, that he will be with us tomorrow night. So you do not want to miss tonight, of course, and you do not want to miss tomorrow night. No, as well, okay? Furthermore, tonight we have one of our wonderful guests tonight. Is my dear cousin, actually, and another thespian, okay, as well. She is joining us tonight to tell about her career and where she's going. She's a part of the Browns. You see, I don't know about the Brown legacy, but she's a Brown through and through. Okay, remember Tamika Brown will be with us very shortly, and our wonderful co-host tonight. Okay, hey, we always call him Doctor, but he's a part of the Truth Behind the Truth family.
Yeah.
You'll be seeing him more with us throughout the coming months and what have you, being a part of this team as our co-host of the show. Yeah. All right, anything you want to add before we bring Mr. Harold in?
Oh, I just want to say. This is what we do, and what's coming tomorrow is the antiphonous. Let's just say it like this: it's just the icing on the cake,
right?
Because it's something that we've been doing for a long time. We have been talking about, we've been planning, and sure enough, it's now something that we've been really working towards. But to have Danny Glover,
yes,
not to put but that man is just legendary.
Absolutely.
And to be honest with y'all, I am so excited for the interview tomorrow.
Yes.
People who are now just watching or subscribing, please watch, subscribe,
yes,
have people talk about it. We're going to promote as much as we can, but it's up to y'all to keep the word going. So, oh my goodness, I hope tomorrow will be just a great experience for you, as well as it will be for the both of us and everybody else who is now involved in it.
Exactly.
But my goodness gracious, that's something.
Awesome.
That's something.
It's gonna be awesome.
Something.
So without further ado, let's bring our co-host on.
Yes.
All right, our favorite friend. He's been away from us a minute, but we're glad to have him tonight. back with us. Being, of course, he's part of the team, part of the family. Come on, let's bring on Dr. Mr. Awesome Harold LaFall, ladies and gentlemen.
What's up? Wait a minute. Did you say the truth behind the truth is going to have the legendary Danny Glover tomorrow?
What? Yes, sir.
What?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
That's what's up.
Yes,
wow.
Sir. Harold, I'm telling you, I was just, I was over the moon. But he and I, as you know, he and I have been buds for some time, and whatever the case may be. And but when you think of a gentleman of his caliber, and what he has done in the community, because most actors come with this wall anyway,
right?
And it's like they don't want to talk to people, in this bubble, the whole 9 yards. He has never been that way with me. We talk, 2, 3, 4 times out of the year, sometimes even more, and he's just one of the most philanthropical persons,
yes, he is.
That I've ever had a pleasure being a part of my life. He's always speaking something into my life, So I always say, and I love to say about it, Don's heard me say it on many occasions, I would have never imagined that. Now it's been about 36 years ago, when sitting in the theater watching The Color Purple, moment to say that this gentleman had become being one of my good friends. I just would have told me that.
Right.
I never would have believed that. But hey, that's the way the universe lines things up for big specific purposes, along the way. And I'm just so grateful that that it is, that's a part of what we've got going on. Before you speak, I'm sorry. This is our Christmas show, guys. I'm going to tell you about that. So this is if you notice the little Christmas graphics got on. So we want to say happy holidays, everybody. I was so excited. I ran through everything I meant to say early on the start of the show. But it's one of happy holidays to everybody. And tomorrow night, the 13th, we're calling it our Big Zoom Christmas show. And Shanta Corelli will be there. I'm sure she's going to grace us with a little melody, tomorrow night as well. Okay. So that's going to be a wonderful, it's going to be a great show. I'm so excited tomorrow night. But anyway, enough for that. Let's dig in. So how are you, brother?
Yes.
I'm amazing. I am doing amazing. Typically Christmas is not my favorite time of the year just because my mom died around Christmas, my grandmother, and so historically it just has not been my, a good time of year for me, but this year is different. I think with everything that's going on, with all of the change and loss, I'm actually looking forward to Christmas and the holidays, and I have a newfound appreciation for it. So yeah, this is unlike Christmases of the past. I'm looking forward to this.
And you're a cancer survivor, Harold, right? Correct?
I am. Yeah. Okay. 5 years.
Oh,
yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
And it should be. And you know what? We want it to be everlasting. Not only 5 years, but for a lifetime. We want you on this earth with us.
Amen. I receive that. Amen.
Yes, we want you on this earth. But you know what? The topic of colon cancer came up these past few days. A lot of the girl from Babs, the actress, yes. Natalie Desselle.
Yes.
Her death has kind of upstarted the talk with the African American community and cancer and the cancer situation with our, the fact that we don't. I don't want to put us all in the same cookie jar, yes. Because all of us, like you, Harold, we take care of our health. We want to know what's going on with our bodies. Some of us just don't have the time, but you know what? We're getting better because as the more shows we have done with you, I'm now realizing that there is a vegan inducing revolution right now.
Right.
But the fact is that, not only did she pass, who was the guy Debo Friday.
No, I don't think it was. He just passed.
Yes.
No, they haven't disclosed why.
They haven't disclosed how
No, they said that they were doing a welfare check. You know, basically not welfare, but you know, because they hadn't heard from him apparently, so they stopped by his home and found him he had transitioned in his home.
Rest in peace.
You know, himself. So but they didn't disclose what it.
They didn't know what was his. Okay.
But you had touched on a moment, and you know, for recognizing these powerful people in the acting community, you know, as we always do, you know, let's just take a brief moment to give a moment of silence for their
and Charlie Pride just passed.
Yeah, Charlie Pride as well. So let's just take a moment to give just a moment of thoughtful transition for them. But some people say moment of silence, but we just send them a comfortable transition.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, great. But go ahead.
But on that subject of colon cancer, how, you know, with your experience of going through this unfortunate disease, how would you go about giving advice to those who have not gone and got themselves screened or checked up, or, you know, can you give us some advice on that, you know?
Well, you know, they say it all the time, and it's so true. Early detection is really key. You know, if you can catch it early, oftentimes we start having issues and problems with our bodies, and we just ignore it. You know, we just ignore the aches or the pains or the change in our digestive systems. We ignore it. And many times those are signs, you know, the pain that we have. Pain is information.
Wow.
And having the courage just to get a checkup just to see. Right. And I know it can be scary, but what is even more scary is the not knowing, because we conjure up all kind of thoughts when you don't know what that pain is, or you don't know what that change, what that blood is in your stool. You don't know. Right. And that causes all kinds of anxiety.
Right.
And,
Exactly.
you know, anytime anxiety is present, it weakens our immune system. So if you have any kind of ailment, it's going to amplify it and make it worse. And so, and for me, I was really fortunate that I made a mistake. I was 48 when I was diagnosed with prostate cancer, and typically they don't begin checking you until you're 50.
Right.
But I thought my dad had prostate cancer, so I told my doctor, and that's what triggered them just to test me, because they thought there was family history. But turns out my dad didn't have prostate cancer. He had an enlarged prostate.
Okay, gotcha.
But what happened is they ended up catching the cancer pretty early, you know, by me making that mistake.
Gotcha. Wow. You know, it's a good point that you brought it up because, you know, even in the middle of that, we're in the middle of this pandemic, and thank goodness they're finding some, you know, some level of vaccination, you know, to start treating, you know, they're treating about that. But, you know, there's still a lot of being, I'm not to transition into that totally, but there's still a lot of being on the fence about that vaccination. I mean, at this particular point in time, because you don't know what the side effects are.
Right.
You know,
they haven't had a chance to study or test it, you know, for any length of time.
I personally did not want to think about just diving off into that opportunity. You know, I'm like, this thing got to be tested, tried, and, you know, blowtorch.
Right. You know? Wait about a year to see what happens. To see what happens. Turning green or whatever. You know, just got to see, you know, what the effects are. You know, because most things have side effects. Most things.
Were you going to say something?
Well, you know, I was probably going to be a little funny with this, but, you know, there's a meme that's now going out, and if I don't, you know, sorry, if I don't say it right, then, you know, forgive me, but it was something like, it was asking people, why are you afraid of the vaccination when everything that we either eat or whatever medicine we have has everything else in it? So why be afraid of the vaccination?
Right.
And that meme kind of got me a little bit, it caught me in a weird moment. I was like, that is so true. All the stuff that we eat, some of the stuff, like you think about your, you know, some of the vegetables, some of the meats, some of the, you know, the fruit, you know, all the chemicals that we ingest, you know, we don't know. And I think what it is with Americans, and especially African Americans, we have been for years been given certain things to harm us.
Right.
And that's always that boogeyman, like, you know, the Tuskegee experiment, you know, and some other situations that went on back in those days. and you think about, like, I just don't want to be the guinea pig of another experiment.
Right, absolutely.
That is everybody's excuse and fear of being somebody's guinea pig, and I don't know. For some women, they might go through infertility. For some men, there might be some situations with that. I don't know what this new guy. Don't have me lying. I don't know. But that is the situation with people are putting out there.
Right. Everything has these side effects.
Yes, they do.
In and of itself, and we really don't know. One thing about our bodies is that it will adapt to anything. It will adapt to anything and it's created by our Creator to survive. Yeah. So when we find, and typically, as you know, there's been a study of that, when we find pain comes to the body, what happens is that the body is really trying to heal itself. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it's sending a message that I'm trying to heal that area. Sometimes it can't do it because of whatever the circumstances that are there. Mm-hmm. But it's really a message. What it's doing is that it's working on healing. It's healing. So it's amazing how it's done that. But that kind of leads us into the fact of how, with juicing, what I'm saying, and what you're doing right now, and creating another flow of the right nutrition that's coming through the body to enable it to heal itself, and put it in a different position. I mean, some things, again, thank God for medicine, to push that. But if we were already in the practice of juicing, again, for a better part of our lives, can you imagine, what we would have overcome? What I'm saying? Weight issues and all of the pesticides and things like that go on, that we have to deal with, in the way food is made. Touch on just a little bit of juice. We got to go to commercial because we want to get Tamika up just on the show. But go ahead and touch on a little bit of the juicing.
Yeah, so for me, when I had cancer, I was trying to figure out what I needed to fuel my body to help it heal, because the body is designed to heal itself. But if we don't feed it the proper nutrients, it's not going to be able to do that. And so what I discovered is that most of us just don't eat enough fruits and vegetables to make sure that our bodies is able to do what it's designed to do. Our diets are typically composed of animal protein, dairy, and sugar, and all of those things are recipe for disease and illness.
Right.
And incorporating more fruits and vegetables. I mean, we hear it all the time, but in terms of actually adapting it to our lifestyle is a challenge for most of us, because when you're used to eating a certain way, it's difficult to make that shift. And that's why, unfortunately, it takes something like a cancer diagnosis for us to change.
Wow.
Because
you say a wake-up call.
Yeah, because most of us, we don't think that, none of us, I never thought I was going to get cancer. Most of us don't think that we're going to get any kind of illness or ailments until we do. Right. And then for me, juicing just was really an important part of me fueling my body with things to help it fuel itself.
Well, you've seen, remarkable situations like that. And, he and I talk about it all the time, is that, from where I am right now, hoping to get back to, again, as a lot of it was with medications with heart issue, and not knowing. They're saying that there's not a steroid in this, but, when anything that puts in your system to block something, according like which this is what I was dealing with, was a beta blocker, and anytime steroids are the main thing that block your system from feeling some sort of pain or regulation of that particular pain. Mm-hmm. And my cardiologist, said, "Oh no, it's not." But I'm still like, why have I picked up almost 50 pounds? Mm-hmm. No, Carol. Mm-hmm. This is not the me that's supposed to be.
Right.
Yeah, I know you too. And he knows. And he knows it's very frustrating, gone from where I normally know myself to having to deal with this. This has been way a little mental thing for me having to deal with this on a regular basis. But anyway, we got to get Tamika up. So we're gonna go to a commercial, and then this is gonna be an integrated part of our conversation tonight. We'll just put a paper clip right now, and we'll kind of work it in as we're talking about. But anyway, we got to guys, we're gonna break for a commercial real quick, and then next up is my cousin. But the actress, Act 4. Yes. Okay. We'll be with us in just a moment. We'll be right back.
Every single day, I'm gonna make
with the moon on their wings. These are a few of my favorite things.
Hey, and welcome back, everybody. Thanks for tuning into The Truth Behind the Truth. Want to welcome our YouTube family and our Facebook family. And soon to be Instagram. I don't know how I always get tongue tied and all that stuff.
There's a lot of information.
It is. You know, trying to get in there.
Gracious.
But guys, we thank you so much for your support and everything and helping us grow and grow and grow. We are growing immensely. And we thank you for, but please remember to share, like, and subscribe. Okay? Share, like, and subscribe. That's our motto. Share, like, and subscribe. Okay?
And buy the shirt.
And buy the shirt.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Truth behind the truth.
And get that I Am Enough t-shirt and that I Am Enough mask. And we'll talk about that,
Definitely.
With our brother Harold. And tonight, again, with our normal co-host, Harold LaFall is with us tonight. A very vital part of this entity that we have going on. And Harold, we just love you, man. You know, we just love your energy. We think that, you know, it was a great match, you know, to invite you to be a part of our show. You know, it's just what you bring about. The energy that you are about. You know what I'm saying? Is what we're about. You know what I'm saying? What made it such a perfect match, you know, in and of itself. So, hey, we're going places. You got to get ready to move back to LA. That's what's going to happen now.
Okay, all right.
Because when we hit Sony Studios, I mean, I'm telling you, bro, you know, you're going to come back to North Carolina.
Absolutely.
But anyway, without further ado, we're going to bring my special cousin and our wonderful guest tonight, the actress and actors. Definitely inspiring in what she's doing to bring light to our family again. You know, on the Brown side and what have you. But she jumped on the opportunity to come on the show tonight, and she's so looking forward to being with us tomorrow night as well. And again, tomorrow night, guys. The big Zoom. Big Zoom. You guys do not want to miss tomorrow night. It is going to be simply awesome. A lot of fun. But I'm so excited to have the legendary Danny Glover with us tomorrow night. But anyway, without further, I know, right? Well, without further ado, let us bring to The Truth Behind the Truth, Miss Tamika Brown.
Yay!
Get it.
What up, guys? How are you, cuz? Uh-oh. Hit your mic, baby. I think you got your mic off. Uh-oh. Hit your mic. Yeah, hit your mic. You got it?
I'm
there
a little slow, but not that slow.
Little technical difficulties.
Hey,
it comes to the territory.
It does. It is so good to see you.
Yo, man, I love you. Thank you. It's so good to see you. Hey, twin.
So good to see you. So how is New York?
New York is all right with our Timberlands and our weather and all. You know, we gotta have our masks to match our outfit and all that.
Oh,
that's LA too. Okay.
You know what? Now, at first it was like the mask is too hot. Oh my god. Now I'm like, I need my mask. It keep me warm.
I know that.
That's one thing I do miss about the East Coast. I tell people all the time, especially now that I'm living here in LA, the temperatures here, they vary. It be hot and then it gets cold. It gets hot and then it gets cold. And I said, golly, I wish it would just stay like, you know, now around this time, it's winter. It's cold.
We ain't winter yet. I still got 4 hairs. See, I still got I still got 4. I ain't going away in the winter yet. We ain't winter yet. We ain't first day of winter yet.
Not yet.
But you gonna know the transition by the color of my. I am Mother Nature.
Okay.
All right. You better do Mother Nature.
I love it. Well, I'm telling you, I am so excited about this, and to be good, it's bad to say, but it's good to say because there's always a right timing for everything. We were chatting on the phone, and I hadn't seen her since I was, and she was like, so yeah, it's been a while. But the thing about it is, the amazing thing about our family, we were talking about this the other day. We have got so many Browns that are out there. I mean, we do. We got a lot of them, and some of them will be out there. Will never interconnect, and that's how it happens. At the end of the day, and the right ones come and be a part of what we are. But growing up, we were a family. We always had family reunions in New York, and and all this type of stuff. We were talking about yesterday. How did the disconnect of conversation stop? You know what I mean?
I swear.
You know what I mean?
We are a huge family of freaking talent.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, honest to God, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna give you one story. JB was there for Uncle Eddie's funeral. I know it's like funeral. Don't get it twisted. Funerals are not the deepest, darkest things in our family. Always.
Exactly.
So we in the back of the church and Uncle Eddie's funeral, and Twana was there, and Kiana was there. Kiana and them from Kansas City.
Right.
Again, we are like naturally a performing arts family. Exactly. So my baby, our baby, maybe six cousin twice removed. Even though they're that far, we're still kind of close knit.
Right, exactly.
So it's like, even with him, I was like, hey, Britton, this is our cousin, Twana, Kiana, because he's a baby from Kansas City. So he breaks out of Michael Jackson. I'm going to Kansas City. Kansas City, here I come. In the back of the church during a funeral. So what does Tamika do? What does she do? She chimes in. I'm going to Kansas City. Kansas City, here I come. So we all start. And I mean, the preacher got mad at us and everything. I'm like, that's just who we are. That's just who we are. We don't, I honest to God think we don't take deaths. We don't take bad news like the average.
Right, exactly.
We don't always see half empty. We see half full. Right. And that's what makes it so freaking phenomenal. Honestly, as a family, as blood.
Right, exactly. True blood.
True blood. From true blood. True blood. Like we will make the best situation out of the worst situation. We're gonna find a joke. We're gonna find that silver lining.
That's true. That's so true. That is so true.
That's the island blood in y'all, right? Are y'all Jamaican?
Well, no, Bahamas. Our grandfather's from Bahamas.
Yeah.
Okay. But I don't know if you caught the show last week. That when it was last week, we had Twana's on last week. But we were talking about how my mom and Florence, and I don't know if you heard the story before to me, but they were, I will say, the launchers of what we have. Okay. Yeah. The story goes real quick, and I'm going to chime in here. Is that they were that young, because they were about 10 or 12 years old, right down in Hollywood, right? And Jenny and Florence used to perform together. Okay, they had this little thing together. There's two sisters. So the Caucasian people, they say the white folk, but I say Caucasian people. Okay, in Florida, saw them, so they wanted them to come and perform for them. Okay. And so they went back home and told Grandma Risa, about what happened. And she said, you're not going to go perform for these white people, at the end of the day. So they snuck off and did it. And they won a talent show. We're talking about in the early 20s. I mean, in the 20s, and won a talent show and got some money. So they go home with this money. And Grandma Risa wants to know, where did they get the money from? And kind of they won this little talent show that they were in. So I just bring that up to say that paying homage to Aunt Florence, my mom, and Queenie, and Queenie, I mean, as you know the story, and I've shared it with you, we're going to get off it, but I think I might have told you about this, Harold, at some point, is that our the third young third aunt. Okay, well, she's deceased now. Queenie, she was an opera singer. Okay, she sung the Metropolitan Opera.
What?
She was the first African American woman to sing with the Metropolitan Opera in New York City.
Oh wow!
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
I can do it too.
Okay. See. So,
I look like Florence Moore. My daughter looks like Queenie, but I look like more Florence. I can do it too. And Aunt Genevieve, I look like I can do it too.
Exactly.
I'm looking at like, I see the resemblance. Oh my goodness!
You know whose daughter she is, right?
Oh.
Tell me whose daughter you are.
I am Julius Caesar's daughter.
Caesar's daughter.
Oh,
Yes.
Yes.
I am Julius Caesar's daughter.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. It's
Exactly.
Let me tell you, my grandmama knew what she was doing. She did. She named her children. She took time. I did too, because I took from that. She took time in naming her children, and she named them phenomenal. It was so phenomenal.
Queen Esther.
Like when I tell people my father's name is Julius Caesar, they're like, what? Yup.
Wow.
But you know what? That in itself that's very telling because that really prepares it pushes out the aura of what you call it let's just say it of not of triumph but of trying to at least with the name part pushing your kids to be successful.
That's
and that's the thing about it is that why some people I don't understand why some people do not do that anymore. It's just like they just shove names on.
You have Queen Esther.
Right.
Yeah. You have Raleigh. You have Hezekiah.
Wow.
Like it's
yes.
It gives you something to live up to, and it makes you walk differently when you have a name that
you know what I was trying to get at. Yes, and that's something that we need to get back to. We need to get back to that. You know, at least when it comes down to at least pushing that energy of positivity on our, and then on top of that, having something to live up to when it comes down to success, or anything that's positive,
right.
And that's one of the things I don't know why we just gotten away from it. It doesn't have to be from the Bible, but it could be somebody that you aspire your child to be.
Right.
I don't know why we just stopped doing that. Some of us.
Real quick, guys, I'm seeing Tamika's probably having a little technical difficulty. I'm sure she'll be back up in just a second. You've seen her drop off. She'll be back up in just a second, guys. But anyway, go ahead, Harold. You want to chime in?
No, I was just saying how a name is so important, and in our community, though, we have these nicknames that that are more harmful than good. We think they're cute, but they don't give you anything to aspire to. Like some of the names, Junebug, those names.
Right,
exactly. But if you had a name like King, I mean, just to hear that and say that. It would the whole energy of the word, affects you, It does. And I think that's so phenomenal that's something that you guys have in your family,
Right. It and it just rains, and it's good to see that because every sibling had a strong name. That was given. And you think about it, she's having, and it's a family of 10. So and to come up with all these names doing that again, my mom was the oldest, or I should say is the oldest. She was born in 1917. There you are. All right, we think it's a little technical difficulty.
They try to get me.
But you know what?
There you go. All right, there she is. Okay. But as I was saying, so and you figure that, and we're just talking about the family. Let me just real quick make it. So mom was born in 1917. You know what I'm saying? So you figure that the lineage of how we were talking about how our grandmother came up with these names during the 20s. You know what I'm saying? During the early teens, throughout the 20s, and things like that. And to really put powerful names out there, not coming up with all these weird names.
Unique names. We call them unique names. We'll just say unique.
I'm going to put greatness and powerful together. But I'm gonna use greatness Arabic and I'm powerful Spanish, and I'm putting it together, and it's gonna be powerful, great. Like, no.
No. You know, we're talking about names
I was like, nobody thought of my name. I always said nobody thought about my. Listen. I'm the last of the Mohegans.
Right.
See, last of the Mohegans, like they have like minimum 50 first cousins, literally.
Right. Wow.
Okay. So I'm like, I think I'll be Tamika. That's fine.
Right. We'll settle for that one.
But I know what I come. You know what it is? I'm comfortable with it because I know what I come from. I know my lineage. I know my grandmother took thought in her children's names. Like she literally had 10 children. And she took thought in each and every one of their names.
Right.
So it wasn't just like, hey, you're you, and you're you, and you're you. Right. It wasn't like that. You know, like she took thought and for it to be historical names.
Right.
Queen of Esther, like who named their kid at that time, you know? Queen Esther. Florence. Like they weren't having names like that. They have James, Jim. Like it's just, you know, it wasn't so in depth to where you had to do research behind like where a name like Julius Caesar comes from.
Right, exactly.
Right.
If true, please believe Julius Caesar is every bit of Julius
Caesar, yeah.
He will run. You know what?
Well, you'll know that this one during Aunt Florence's transition became Julius Caesar's best buddy. him and Uncle Henry.
Yeah.
They love him.
Yeah. I know y'all my daddy. Yeah. He told me.
Yeah, exactly.
Because he was like, I wish he was there. But I was working, and Lord knows I wanted to be there for the aunt. I'm trying to have no wrinkles. Like, my mom, my mom Indian, so you know they be having wrinkles and stuff. So I got to do Botox just to keep up in my body.
So,
I was about to ask you. So, with all of this family history, was that what propelled you to want to get into acting? Because you know that in itself, that's a giving. When you see everybody around you doing that, did that propel you to want to do that?
I think a small part of it did, but always. Honest to God, dealing from the beginning of me, I could go back to when I was in high school, and my music class in high school, we would put it on a play. Like, we're doing a Christmas story, and I was like, no, we're not gonna do a regular Christmas story. We're gonna switch this up. I'm changing up the script, and I just jumped in, and my music teacher let me off to the races from there, but I still kept it back here. Because I got to go to school. I got to get my degree. I got to do what my mom and my daddy want me to do. You know what I mean? And then I had a kid early. I got to do for my kids. You know what I mean? So it was like, I kept pushing it back. But when I was working at a stock company, I was working at Georgia Shareholder post 9/11.
Oh, wow.
And he was my manager. He was an actor. He put me on stage before there was a digital backstage. Like he saw it in me. And I was like, how did you know that's what I want to do? But I got to do what I got to do right now for my kids.
Right.
But it's been there. And even from the time I stepped my foot in, I've always been told I'm a natural. I'm like, no, but I need more training. Like, no. I mean, it's good, but you don't need it. And I'm like, are you sure? They're like, no, it's there. It's there.
Right.
Maybe a little fine-tuning, but it's there. And I can only credit that to my genetics. That's all I know.
Yes.
Things like that, I'm like, it's common sense. Like, that comes easy. There's nothing.
Right.
You know, like, that's literally how I feel.
Right.
Sometimes, like, it's just, I'm just stepping out of me, being another part of me.
That's what it is. That's exactly what it is.
There's a lot of parts, and it's just me stepping out as another part of me that people don't see on a regular, because there's no need for it to come out. But when you see it come out, whether it's on that stage, whether it's on the screen, it's still me.
Right. That's true. That's so true. That's so true. I like that analogy. Do you have a question here? Go ahead.
So Mika, so what gave you the courage to take the leap of faith and like fully pursue your dreams?
You ready for this story? Like, here it go. So I was telling JB this too. I was like, I had my twins at Cornell here in New York, top hospital in the US. And I was just so overwhelmed at how they were, how they treated me. And I know the type of person I am. And I know I wanted to go further in healthcare. So I'm like, oh my God, when I get my degree, I'm already planning to get my degree in healthcare at this time. This is like 2008. I didn't get my degree till 2016. So I'm like, I can't wait. I'm going to come back here. I'm going to be an advocate like these people. I'm going to help other people, other patients, just to bring, enlightenment into their lives. That's just who I am naturally. I have a common bond. I get along with mostly everybody I come in contact with. So I'm like, okay, go to school, everything. Finally get that interview for Cornell.
Wow.
I ain't gonna lie to you. So you know how we stretch the truth on our resume, just a little bit.
Just a tiny bit.
Maybe about a year or two. Yeah. Boy, I got caught out there. One of them, she was like, "Well, you said you were there this time, and they said you were." And I was like, "Damn it, they got the wrong person on the phone, but whatever." Okay, what's gonna happen? Well, we're gonna rescind your application, and I'm like, I thought I was devastated. Literally, 5 minutes, I was devastated. I was like, you know what? Nah, this is God. I sent the text message out to so many, the closest people to me. I was like, so this is what just happened. This was rescinded. So I'm going after my dream. This is God telling me, hey, stupid, this ain't for you. You want to be part of people. You want to make a difference, but this ain't it. Maybe you could play a doctor or something. But right here, right now, this ain't it. Right. They're not ready for you. All right. I got it. Cash me out. I'll tap. I will stay on tap because that's what my focus and my dream is on right here, this acting. But it's not just because of to make money. It's not for the glitz and glitz. It's to make you smile. It's to make you happy. It's to enlighten you. It's to make you have a bad day. I can be like, you're not going to believe this. The bear shitted over there. And you're like, where the hell did that come from? But it's going to laugh. Like, where the hell did that come
Oh, wow.
I got to say that, and we got to go for a commercial break. We're going to continue this. But I wanted to say this real quick, is that, Mika, you remind me so much of Coco. Because wait till you get on the show tomorrow with Coco Brown. Oh my God, their personalities are just so much alike. I can't wait to see. Seriously, her and Coco are just alike. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be so amazing. But anyway, we got to go on commercial real quick. We'll be right back, guys. All right?
Yes.
with sweet noodles, while geese that fly with the more on their wings. These are a few of my favorite things.
Hey.
Hello and welcome back, guys. Excuse me. Thank you for tuning in to Truth Behind the Truth.
Yeah.
We are having such an awesome night with my cuz,
Yeah.
Mr. Mika. And
Mika.
and I'm, of course, and our wonderful co-host, Dr. Harold LaFawn.
Yeah. Yeah.
So anyway, digging in. So, projects.
Wait a minute. I want to ask everybody this in the room, since we're all performers or motivational speakers. Everybody asks the question: what is the most intimidating? Is it intimidating to be in front of people or to be behind the camera? I mean, be in front of the camera. Do you find it more intimidating when it comes down to live performances or being in front of, or as a performer or a speaker? And the same goes for you, Harold and Tamika.
I mean, I think really honestly, the camera is a little bit intimidating. Reason is because you can get away with things, typically in a motivational situation, you don't have to be perfect, in your delivery, you know what I mean? Because then no one will know that you flubbered or you had to come up with something on the fly or whatever. So you're a little bit more comfortable in that setting as long as you're in front of people, and then you look for the energy of those people, to pull you in even further. So you have that relationship with the camera. Now, most directors, and then of course in acting classes, they always say that you should put yourself in a position to make love to the camera. Yeah. But at the same time, the camera can be very intimidating. It never misses anything. So if you smiled wrong, if your hair was out of place, if you blinked the wrong way, your face wasn't what the director wanted or what was needed in that scene, you do it all over again, And the number one thing is actors, you never know what your face looks like because it's always in the moment. You know what I mean? You can't predict to say that I'm going to look like this absolute mean way until you've interpreted the script, but your facial reaction is only what you do it. You know what I mean? You may have smile lines, you may appear, but you don't smile the same way every time. I mean, if you really think about it, I know I'm dissecting it a little bit more than necessary, but you do. You do that. You know what I mean? Because you're how that emotion hits you during that particular time. Sometimes it's really big. Sometimes it's halfway big. Sometimes it's partially big. And then listen on.
You feel the same way, Harold? I mean, you get out and promote certain things like your book and your health. So do you feel the same way? Are you more comfortable in front of a live audience or in front of the camera?
Yeah, absolutely. I have to agree with JB. Being in front of a live audience, you get a chance to feel their energy, see their reaction. When you're before a camera, you don't know. You're just before the camera. You don't know how it's coming across. You can't get a reaction from people. So yeah, definitely live.
Same thing, Tamika.
I think for me, I think I do come more live with the live studio audience because I like doing plays. My thing, like my core training comes from doing plays. So I do like the challenge of having to keep it together and keep going forward with the audience's reactions. I love that. So I think that just fuels me more to stay in character rather than break out of character, because I just want to go harder to get more of a reaction out of them. So it's just like, this is the thing. If this is it, if it's just dead face, if it's if it's a round table scene or something like that, and I just gotta stay like a muted face, that I literally, just like how my laptop is from my distance, because like my first play was off for Broadway, and it was phenomenal. Off. Like
way off.
But it was phenomenal. It was, I ain't gonna hold you, and I still put it on my website and everything. It wasn't the best of production, but it was good actresses. So like even with the round table setting, I was literally this far from our audience was predominantly our family. So it was, and I still kept. That's when I knew, like, this is.
You know what?
And I know that the harder the I think the more challenging it is, so far as with the live audience, the best you can do. Not for everybody, but for me, I'm gonna show out.
Okay.
And that's what I was trying
So
to
what about
do. My forte would be a live audience because you want to be reassured that you are going in the right direction. Even if you're in a play, you are in character most of the time. But in the back of your mind, you're wondering if that character being interpreted for the audience to understand. And sometimes, I don't know about for certain, motivational speakers or actors, but you want to be reassured. And in front of that camera, you're not hearing the applause, you're not hearing the laughter, you're not getting that energy, that connection that you would get if you're on a stage. Right. And that could be any stage. People, they even say pastors like to be boosted. That will keep them going, which
Baby, sometimes they ain't gotta say a word. They ain't gotta say a word. It just be a small gesture like you hear that one person. That's all it takes. I don't even need a bunch of. I'll do it for my damn self sometimes. But like, you know what I mean? But like, you just get that one. Yup, I'm about to give it to you, right? Like here it go.
It has, I have to say that I do enjoy the live feeling, in that moment. And I have to take a step back real quick. At girls, the event that you gave, 3 years ago now, wasn't it?
3 years ago, yeah.
3 years ago. And, I toiled, you'll love this, Tariq. I toiled over what I should say. You remember, and what was I going to say to this group of people? And I was like, I kept listening to what the general audience was saying, and I was like, well, I know my brother pretty well, and he did not kind of want this to be a church setting. And it's like I get it. Everybody's idea of their creator is different. I mean, we all pay homage to our creator in different capacities. But I said to him, but this is a motivational seminar. Okay, we're supposed to be being motivated that I am enough. Okay, and all I kept hearing is that, well, the enemy this, and the dark side is doing this, and and I'm like looking to the room, I'm like, this is no uplifting moment here, and I know you didn't pre-screen so I know you didn't pre-screen everybody for what they were going to say,
right.
So I said, well, you know what? And I just went in. I said, I told the creator, I said, give me some different narrative to change the atmosphere. You know what I mean? And so I just went up and went for it, and everything that happened, I was like, I was so surprised that everybody came to me like, "Oh my God, this is like the awesome thing." They didn't get to I like. I'm like, really? But
it was amazing, yeah.
And the one thing that came to mind, being the holiday season, was I was saying to everybody is that taking that one step to make a difference in their life, and what have you. And I said, and I brought up the scenario of Santa Claus is coming to town. You remember Old Man Winters, and coming through the door. And I used that scenario, and I said, and we all started singing. Remember, Hero? Put one foot in front of the other.
I remember that. Everybody was singing it too.
And everybody was singing it,
Right.
But that was not planned. You know what I mean? That was not planned, but it changed the whole narrative. But go ahead.
It changed the whole atmosphere, and it's something about when you just get tuned in and just follow the leading of spirit, how you can have such an impact, and that was an incredible moment. Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. But so to say what you're saying to me, Mickey, about that, it's just that when you get in that moment, I love that moment. This is how we run this show typically. We really don't run the show on a quote unquote format line by line, even though I know we're running over our time, typically in a lot of situations because we talk. You know what I'm saying? And it's very organic.
Yes,
so we just allow that moment to be able to transcend so everybody can feel what they feel, and it works for us.
Yes.
Even though we're way over time right now. But we're going to tell us some more about where you're going to go with things, and what's your hope for 2021? What is the auditioning scene? Are you auditioning? Are they sending you stuff right now on the New York sector? Well, number one, let me cut it off. I know you're going to be with us on the 11th. She'll be out here with us on the 11th.
Yes.
And she's going on Let's Make a Deal.
Woo!
Oh,
Yeah.
I was like, he's not the cats. So I got coming up. I'm going to be in a play. It was supposed to be oh gosh, I forgot the first name, but anyway, it doesn't matter because the next one is Love Don't Live Here No More by Miss Trevi Perchet. She's writer, director. When I first auditioned for her, honest to God, let me tell you, I'm in the Bronx. She's in Brooklyn. Yeah. I was late to the audition. I didn't have a monologue prepared, but I read the hell out of her script. Your girl wrote me in the first place.
Wow.
She was like, I don't even care. I don't have anything. Everything is filled, but I want you.
Wow.
And the crazy part, she stopped that play because of COVID and everything going on. She rewrote the play because it is somewhat depicted on her own life. So it's coming to Symphony Space on Broadway, October 2021. Starring your girl. Guess who's fairy godmother? But I come with wisdom, baby.
Yes.
So,
all right, wisdom. All right, wisdom.
I got the magic, but I got the magic. So, I lead her along to, let her know what she needs to do in life, what she needs to do to accomplish the things she needs, and just to be the baddest woman that she is. So it's called Love Don't Live Here No More. It's produced, written, directed by Trevi Perchet. She is phenomenal. When I say, Jamie, you got to follow her. She is a phenomenal writer. She's so good. I love this woman. She took me under her wing. It was just like, I don't need you to do it. When she put out this last the play I'm going to be coming off, she said, you're the only one that did not have to even audition. Made me do a whole monologue off the top of my head. I freestyled the whole thing. Because I'm more improv than anything.
Right.
I freestyled the whole thing. After she goes, Tamika, you didn't even have to do that for me. You was already in.
Wow. And that's a blessing.
So yes, look out for Love Don't Live Here No More. Coming October 2021 in New York. Then we going to Georgia. Then we going to LA. I'm be in LA before then because my fans are talented. We're about to do that.
Well, it's good you guys are touring because I said, our annual trip to New York is normally in February. Will be in February, but we can hold off to October, make sure to be there for that opening.
And you come here in October.
Exactly.
Front row.
Yeah, exactly. Front row. I know we have got to bring this to a close. Oh my God, I hate that we always get it. Harold, did you want to bring some more about real quick?
Oh no,
you good?
I'm good.
All right. To make it back, I know there's so much. We got to bring our clothes. I had to tell them last week on the show. Last week it was so good. Yes. And then we had to bring another point out last week. I said, it's my damn show. I go
It's all good.
Exactly. But here's the thing. Exactly. Here's the thing. When we get to Sony Studios, we're gonna have to be on time.
That's gonna be money involved.
Good. Anyway, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. Let me guys. I mean, this has been such a joy with my cousin. You know, I mean, love it dearly, Harold. You know, you this is your family. You know, all the love of that, guys. We want to remind you tomorrow night. Okay, a 2-part with Truth Behind the Truth. You know, this weekend. Yeah. Tomorrow night, 9 p.m. East Coast time, 8 p.m. Central. 6 p.m. on the West Coast. We're here with the culminating of the Actor Symposium. All right, it is our big Zoom Christmas bash. I'm gonna call it that. Okay? Yes. With a wonderful, outstanding, legendary Danny Glover will be in the mix tomorrow night. So guys, you do not want to miss this. We are so thrilled. You know, we are so thrilled to have it. Yeah. You got anything else you want to add?
Oh my goodness, you said enough.
Okay.
I'm just the goosebumps are just. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry.
Yes.
Y'all, I'm so excited for tomorrow. I don't want to say too much, but I am literally over the moon right now.
Yes.
This is just something we have been working towards. And listen, I'm happy that we are even doing this tomorrow. And listen, y'all need to come on back tomorrow. Harold, come on. Come on back.
But anyway, guys, you guys have a phenomenal night. Tamika, love you. Hang tight. You know, Harold, you know, we got to chat just for a minute, but hang tight. Guys, we love you so much. Thanks for tuning in to Truth Behind the Truth tonight. Make sure you go to the website, get our t-shirts. You'll get involved with that. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. YouTube, thank you. UK, thank you. Facebook, thank you. We appreciate you guys being with us tonight. Y'all have an awesome evening. See you tomorrow night on what? The Truth Behind the Truth. Good night, y'all.
Bye.